Hello students, today we are going to learn the next part of atmospheric pressure. Already in the previous class we learnt about what is atmosphere, what is atmospheric pressure, how much thrust it is causing on a human body and the consequences of atmospheric pressure. Till then we finished. So today's class we are going to learn about the most interesting concept here. At the same time will be little challenging also. So, we are going to learn about the variation of atmospheric pressure with altitude. You know clearly that the atmospheric pressure keeps on decreasing as the altitude increases. Already we have discussed this. Okay. Now I have a simple diagram for your understanding. So here you are seeing the height, how it is, the altitude keeps on increasing and you can see the height of the air column. So from the point O till F I have drawn and you are getting a line, like a line it appears or it appears to be linear. See, note this point in your mind, okay? So we are having several points A, B, C, D, E, F. So O refers to the atmospheric pressure maybe at sea level. So you know very clearly atmospheric pressure at sea level is 0.76 meter of Hg, okay? So here it is maximum and as we go to the altitudes A, B, C, D, E and F at different levels, you will understand that at O the atmospheric pressure is maximum and at F the atmospheric pressure is minimum. Okay, so this is one point we have finished. So what are we coming? What conclusion we are coming? So according to your textbook, it is in page number 99, there is a pink box. There are two statements which is given. The atmospheric pressure decreases with altitude mainly due to the following two factors. That is the first factor we have already discussed, that is decrease in height of air column which causes a linear decrease in the atmospheric pressure. So you are seeing a linear decrease already I have explained. So when you are learning this point, you can keep this diagram in your mind so that it is going to be easy. So it is causing a linear decrease. The word is very important because it goes in a uniform manner, uniform pattern and it is forming like a straight line. That's why it is called as linear. Okay. Now you see the next diagram. One more imaginative diagram I am having here. See, for everything I advise you to create a diagrammatic representation for any concept which will reach you very easily. Okay, so here I have created one more diagrammatic representation. Now it has come to the second point. All of you can see page 99, second point in that pink box. Decrease in density of air which causes a non-linear decrease in atmospheric pressure. First we learnt about height of air column which is linear decrease. Now here it is the decrease in density of air. Of course, the density of air also keeps on decreasing as altitude increases, but it decreases in a non-linear manner. So how to understand? Have a comparison between these two diagrams. There is you can see a slight difference. So you are getting a very regular pattern, but look at this, it's not having a regular pattern. See, at point A, the molecules are dense, or it shows the density of the molecules and it is maximum. The density of the molecules is maximum. Next, as we go up, see the molecules are getting scattered. So the density keeps on decreasing. Okay. So again, I have mentioned here a point. The density is more near the Earth's surface. Okay. And the lower layers get compressed due to the weight of the upper layers. I'm going to show this also with the diagram. Just observe this diagram. So what did you understand? It shows that the density of the molecules also decrease as the height increases, but it is not a linear pattern. It is giving you a non-linear decrease. Okay. So let us proceed this. What is the point which is given? Once again, I'll read this point. Decrease in density of air which causes a non-linear decrease in the atmospheric pressure. So here, there is a very important point to be noted. So they say that the scientists have proved that the decrease in density is rapid at this low altitude, that is near the sea level. See, you have to understand this way. The density keeps on decreasing. Okay. So at the sea level, the decrease is rapid and at the higher level, and it is slow at the higher altitude. Okay. So this also you can add as an additional point. Now the next point is very important for you to understand. So how is density and atmospheric pressure related? see whether they are directly proportional or not. Let us check. Due to decreasing density of air with altitude, pressure also decreases with altitude in a non-linear way. So what does it mean then? If density is decreasing, pressure is also decreasing, but it is decreasing in a non-linear way. Therefore, we will come to conclusion that density and pressure are directly proportional. As the density decreases, pressure, atmospheric pressure also decreases. We are going to learn in detail in the next part. Okay, just I am highlighting this. So when I am teaching that, I will bring this point, so you should remember. Okay, so now let us go to the next point. Interesting point here. See, in your textbook, there are given two explanations. See, in the pink box, they are given 2 points. After that, there are 2 paragraphs. So those 2 paragraphs also, I have made it as, the diagrammatic representation for your understanding. So the first point is given as, the atmosphere can be considered to consist of a number of parallel air layers. You are able to see the air layers which are parallel to each other. Now what is happening? One layer, each layer experiences a pressure on it due to the thrust of the air column above it. So the lowermost layer will experience a maximum compression. Already we have discussed. So why it is facing the maximum compression? Because all the layers are putting the thrust one over the other, and the lowest layer will have the maximum compression. Okay, so this is one of the point. So for you to understand, I have created a diagram here. Maybe in your school, during your school day function or something like that, students used to do some gymnasium. Okay, there's a kind of a pyramid formation. It's called as pyramid formation. So have you seen a pyramid formation? See, many students, or the number of students in the lower, first maybe 6 students will be standing. Then over them few students will stand. Like that it keeps on going, and the last person will be standing there holding the flag. So what he is doing, he is putting the pressure on the next. He is just giving the pressure on the next, and the thrust of these 3 will fall on this, and the thrust of all these will fall on this. So the person who is standing the lowest level will experience a maximum pressure, and you can understand that how it is keeping on decreasing. Okay, so whether the density or the height of the air column, how it is decreasing also, you can understand through this pyramid diagrammatic representation. Okay, so these 2 paragraphs I have already explained. Now let us understand this graph. See this graph, children. It's very interesting. This graph is also again given in your textbook, that how in they mention about the variation in atmospheric pressure with altitude. Clearly it is given. So again one more extra point also is given. At the summit of Mount Everest, the atmospheric pressure is only 30% of the atmospheric pressure at sea level. So at Mount Everest, the atmospheric pressure is only 30% of the atmospheric pressure at sea level. Okay, it's this understanding. Now let us come to the graph. Now you see the graph shows, the x-axis shows the height above the sea level in kilometer. So I have marked it like this: 0, 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 40. And in y-axis, we are having atmospheric pressure, that is centimeter of Hg. Either you can measure, I have already told you, meter, centimeter or millimeter. So here it is mentioned with the centimeter of Hg. So 15 centimeter of Hg, 30, 45, 60, 75. So exactly, slightly I put the arrow above, because you know very clearly at sea level, what is the value? It is the atmospheric pressure is 76 centimeter of Hg. Okay. So now let us understand. So what is happening? The graph goes like this. So what does it mean? That means altitude keeps on increasing. But what is happening with the atmospheric pressure? See, at 0 refers the sea level. So it is 76 centimeter. Next, at 6 kilometer, it has come to this. I mean, this is all a rough idea. At 6 kilometer, the atmospheric pressure has fallen to maybe 45. At 12 kilometers, it has fallen to 30. 18 kilometers, it has fallen to 15. Like that, it keeps on decreasing. So this diagram or the graphical representation is very, very important. So what you have to do is, you have to mention what is in x-axis, what is in y-axis clearly, and explain how the altitude or how the atmospheric pressure keeps on varying with the altitude. Okay. So let us go to the next point here. Okay. So here we are going to learn about the consequences. Okay, so we are learning about how the atmospheric pressure keeps on varying with the altitude. So what are the consequences which can take place in a human body also? So one is about the nose bleeding. Already I think we have discussed, but still once again I'll explain. Why nose bleeding occurs at higher altitude? You know very clearly the atmospheric pressure is very less at higher altitude. So the condition will be as if the blood pressure in your body will be much more. That's why I given 3 symbols, greater than symbol. Much more greater than the ATM means atmospheric pressure. It appears as if it's like that because since atmospheric pressure keeps on decreasing, it appears as if your blood pressure is appearing to be more. So nose bleeding occurs due to excess of pressure of blood over the atmospheric pressure. So the heart patients or people who have some breathing problems are not advised to go to higher or mountain region or higher altitudes. That may affect their breathing also. Oxygen level also will come down. Okay. So I have made a video. Shortly I will send that video after the class is over. Regarding how they maintain the pressure cabin or how the pressure is maintained balanced in a aeroplane or jet plane or any ordinary plane. Okay, so that video you can watch and understand. Here I have not mentioned, in the video it is very clear. Okay, now one more consequence. What is that? The fountain pen leaks where at the higher altitude. So what exactly is the concept? On Earth's surface, the pressure inside the pen is balanced with the atmospheric pressure. Don't you feel there is some air fountain pen? I am talking about the fountain pen. So you will have a rubber tube there. So air is filled. Some presence of air is there. Therefore, what is happening is, what happens? The pen is balanced. The pressure inside the pen is balanced with the atmospheric pressure. But when the pen is taken to the altitude, it is taken to the height. Suppose you carry the fountain pen to a top of the mountain. So what happens? Since atmospheric pressure is too low, what will happen here? Instead of blood, you are having ink, is it not? So the excess pressure due to air inside the rubber tube forces it, makes the ink to leak out. Therefore, the ink will leak out. Okay, so or the fountain pen leaks at a higher altitude. So I have made a very short video, children. I actually thought of making the other part also, but I think I can finish here because as the video is short, students are interested to listen. If the video is lengthy, then students are not doing as far as I'm seeing from my experience. So here I will stop for this, and one more video I will do with the last topic, that is weather forecasting, which is very interesting and very important for the examination point of view. Okay, children. So see you in the next part. Thank you.